hope this is working because I don't even have it loaded yet. This is a very impromptu, so we'll see if it's working in a second. Still loading at the moment. I don't know why it's taking so long. It says that we're live. This is the most awkward start to one. I can't even really say it's the most awkward start, but it definitely is probably up there. I can click it. I'm just stalling. It is working. All right. We are here for event number 5 in our UFC 5 Let's Play series. We've put on a bunch of great fights, and I always said that the goal is to make it bigger, badder, and better. And this is one of those cards and events that I think fits that criteria. So, we will be finally moving on to the second round in our heavyweight Grand Prix in this fight. The top two heavyweights of all time to many, Stipe Miocic versus Fedor Emelianenko. Our first event, Stipe defeated Cain Velasquez. Our second event, Fedor defeated Alistair Overeem. On the other side of the heavyweight bracket, John Jones defeated longtime rival Daniel Cormier once again, and Tom Aspinall at our last event defeated Junior Dos Santos. The fight that everyone wants to see in real life, you will get to see here. Now, down below, we have two fights in our light heavyweight division. This is a light heavyweight number one contender fight. We already know that Alex Pereira will be defending against Shogun Rua in the future, but who will be up next? That fight between Dan Henderson and Rampage Jackson will determine it, and they defeated Wanderlei Silva and Rashad Evans, respectively, at event number 4. I believe it might have been event 3. It's definitely not event 4. It's actually event 3. I lied to y'all. But now we have our main event matchup, possibly the biggest fight we could ever do here. It was going to be in the heavyweight Grand Prix, but I said that fight was too big, that it needs to be its own main event, and we're having it outside of the heavyweight Grand Prix. It is a title fight of its own. Who is going to be the baddest man on the planet? Is it Muhammad Ali or is it Mike Tyson? Time will tell. Like I said, this is very impromptu because I have a lot of free time. I'm not going to say I actually don't have a lot of free time on my hand. None of these events have went over an hour, and I have an hour and 7 minutes to get it done before I have an appointment. I could, wait and delay the appointment a little bit, but there'll be a couple minutes of awkward silence. But I'm just stalling for the time being. So let's go ahead and get to this event. Our first fight, a bounce back fight for both Rashad Evans and Wanderlei Silva. I also forgot to mention, we're at MSG. The first time we're having an event here. There is no way that this version of Rashad is 29 years old. But I ain't that against it. So I'm going to be honest with y'all. The day I'm filming this Wednesday morning. I don't plan on uploading it till Saturday. It's, again, my timeline is all messed up because I had to work all of last week, which is not normal, but duty calls. So it messed my schedule up, and I was able to squeeze in one of these events last week, and I did it on a Saturday, where typically I've been doing them on Wednesdays, so that's why I'm used to filming it. But I said that I'll probably just start uploading them on Saturdays anyways, as Rashad lights us up. So if there is any delayed comments, you know why, or something that is outdated. And I'm going to hope that this that I'm about to mention is outdated. But I ran into a massive problem this week. And if you watch my retro review, which I'm going to hope that you did, I talked about at the beginning of the video that I had already filmed it on my old camera, which I'm just going to be honest with y'all. There's no reason to lie. My old camera is my old phone. I believe it is an iPhone 5, which you're like, damn, what the hell? So if you always wonder why the quality sucked, that's why. And I like making videos like face, that way you understand me. And I feel that if I'm making a video of me playing a game, y'all could easily get distracted by what I'm trying to talk about and worry about that. But for the time being, that might be what we have to do. But long story short, I need to update YouTube on that iPhone. And again, because it's so old, I can't even update it. I can't even access YouTube on that phone. And my current phone, which is where I filmed this week's retro review, which is why it looked a lot clearer. How the hell? Let me get up. Okay, or not. There's no room on it. The battery runs down very easily and runs very hot. And for some reason, it took way longer to upload on a more current iPhone than it does my old one. And that bothered the hell out of me as well. So the grand solution is that I probably just need to get a new phone in general. And then the phone that I currently use, I could just strictly use for YouTube, which is the main reason that I was using my old phone for YouTube. Because I don't use it at all for anything else. So I don't have to worry about having a room for everything. I can talk for as long as I want in my videos, etc. And that's fine and dandy. Where if I'm using my current phone, it could cut off. There's no room. It also, again, was bothering the hell out of me because I do have room. I have like 4 gigabytes left. And then when I filmed the video, it was saying that I don't. Even though when I went back there, it still showed that I had 4. So I was very confused by that whole process. Long story short, I just probably need to get a new phone. And I don't really want to do that. I'm stingy. I'm stingy with money. I don't like spending money. And I don't like going through the process of changing everything over with my phone. But if I get a new phone, which I already know at some point I will have to do that. I already know that. Do I just keep delaying the inevitable? Probably shouldn't. But hopefully this situation is fixed. These two, oh my goodness. These two have fought before in the UFC after Pride was bought. I believe they had a title unification belt. I think what has me confused, I think Dan Henderson had a title unification bout with both Rampage and Anderson. As that was a heavy shot there. So I know that the main reason that I'm filming now is that I really wanted to get all that off my chest. Even though if you watch my retro review, I already mentioned most of it. And it's just a big problem that I'm trying to figure out. So hopefully I get it all fixed. But for the time being, most of my videos will probably have me playing a game because it's a lot easier for me to just stream on Twitch and then upload the VOD as my video. But that doesn't entirely make sense. If I didn't start doing retro reviews, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Because I don't really have a game that could accompany the retro reviews because I personally don't like playing WWE 2K24. Where with ROH reviews, I could get on Fight Forever. I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all this now. Since the very beginning of Fight Forever, I've had an ROH arena created on there. So, but again, I don't. If it's not AHS plays, I don't always like playing a game because it might distract from the main issue at hand. And also, like I said, I at least want the gameplay to match what I'm talking about. I don't know how to get out of this position because I feel if I keep moving forward, he's going to take me down. And he is working on our leg. That would have been good. There we go. We're almost at our heavyweight Grand Prix fights. Oh, yeah. I wanted to stand up. Okay, there we go. So Rampage has a light heavyweight title fight in the future. Will he be facing Shogun Hua? Will he face Alex Pereira? Only time will tell. Dan Henderson will return at some point. Love Dan Henderson too much for that not to be the case. That's also the main reason why I had Wanderlei fighting, because I love Wanderlei too. Didn't like seeing him lose, so there's that. So we got 2 fights done pretty quickly. I also don't know. We kind of are far behind on the punch card, and I don't really think I can do any challenges. We have 3 massive fights up here. Probably should have put this in the co-main event. I love Stipe too much to not pick him, but it will hurt having to fight Fedor. But the battle of the 2 greatest heavyweights of all time. And this is a 5-round fight, so this is why they're getting an entrance. We're not going to go through the whole thing. Okay. Fedor comes out first. We'll let them, once they get to, like, where they get checked out. You know what? Never mind. He's taking too long. Okay, I forgot that skipping skips the whole thing, so it's fair that both got skipped. Okay, don't like that. It's also been Stipe fought on the first event, so, and Fedor the second event, so it's been a while since I've used either, mainly Stipe. And this is a 5-round bout. The finals of the heavyweight Grand Prix will be at Event 7. I already know what Event 6 is, and you will find out towards the end of the video. And Event 7, I have an idea. I just don't know who all is fighting outside of the 2 people we find out in a matter of moments. Then Event 8, I've got a head start on as well. I don't think there's any other notable topics. I plan on making an All-Star Weekend prediction / preview video. I did not. I don't even. Like I said, I was working all week. I don't even remember what happened at UFC, or what I was doing to not be able to watch UFC. Is what I meant to say. What the hell was? Oh, big freaking Grizzlies game against OKC, which probably good that already slipped out of my memory. I feel there was something. There's Celtics and Knicks on ABC, and then ESPN hilariously put the Lakers Pacers game on, and Luka and LeBron didn't even play in it, but they also put the Jazz game on as well. I'm intrigued to see if they play tonight. The Grizzlies play the Clippers in their last game before the All-Star break, but Mavs Warriors is the night game on ESPN, which would have been a great matchup because it would have been Jimmy versus AD, but obviously AD is out for a hot minute. Get well soon. Oh, I know the Ricky Starks. I will admit to y'all, I was not watching NXT. I had it on TNT getting ready for the Grizzlies game. Most of my life it revolves around either the Green Bay Packers, the Memphis Grizzlies, or wrestling. So, in this instance, it was wrestling. We got a minute before I got anything Packer related because legitimately the offseason technically just started, depending on how you want to really look at that. Oh, the miss big shots. Then both hit big shots. Nice to see Ricky Starks. Because it's been... I can't even really say it's been a minute because he's popped up in other places. I will be intrigued, and I haven't had the time to look, but there's a Ricky Stark shirt on the AEW clearance. So I'm intrigued to see if it's still there and or his other merchandise. That being said, AEW clearance is not a real thing because you'll put the item in your cart and it's still going to be like full price because it's essentially you're getting free shipping. Let's put it that way. And the way they charge stuff, still expensive. So that's why I said it's not even really a sell. I've had a back and forth bout early on. But he's taking a lot of damage. That was supposed to be an uppercut to the body. Okay, okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Get up, no. Oh, no, no, no. Oh. He's just going to hit us with like one jab and we're going to go flying. I already know. That wasn't even a jab. That was powerful. Ooh. No stamina able to hit this freaking takedown. I don't know if that was our coach saying that we need to go for a takedown. Oh! He got us too? Oh my goodness. I will tell y'all this now. These five... Oh, he freaking dodged at the last second. We got a good one. We got a good one going on here. They're chanting Stipe. They should be chanting both these guys. Both these guys. Interesting cuts on both fighters. That just picture freaking perfect. It's tick for tack. The best versus the best. I'm loving it. So our uppercut is not working as much as it should be. And the way he's wobbling has me a bit concerned. Why would I go for a foot kick? Oh! Oh, there we go. Double body shot, and Stipe advances to the finals of the heavyweight Grand Prix. Who will be our first heavyweight champion? And like I said, with Wanderlei, like I said with Dan Henderson, Fedor will definitely return. It's very Avengers-esque Speaking of Avengers, I'm about to go on a very weird side. It's not really a side tangent, but something I've been thinking about. So WrestleMania. Okay, that should not have been 2017. It should have been 2019, if we're just being honest. Uh, WrestleMania. We have a lot of leaks going on about what could happen and what should happen. And I'm not liking a lot of it. Uh, I could make a whole video on its own talking about WrestleMania and all of that crap. But my main thing, the main two things I will say, there's not really the main two, but two things that I said last year. A, I'm personally over the triple threat where we have the champion, the so-and-so rightful number one contender, and then the screwed over number one contender that gets added in. WrestleMania 20 we had it, 24 we had it, 25 was it? Technically we had it with Big Show, Edge, Cena. 30 we had it. 35 we had it in the main event, and then 38, no, not 38, 37 we had it. And while they put on very good matchups, and like I said, I've said several times, it's hard to have a bad triple threat match. There's a potential for it in several different directions. That's thing one. Thing two, which this one does bear repeating, you can't trust the freaking Rock, which is what I said last year, because I was saying you might as well do Rock and Cody now while you can, because you don't know what the hell the Rock schedule is going to be, which, looking at what we're dealing with now, it seems like he's not going to be at WrestleMania, which has caused a whole big commotion. So I did get a bit scared there. That's why I went quiet. I'll tell you all this now. If this fight happens in real life, John Jones is probably not going this fast or crazy. And I definitely don't think Tom Asamoah's just going to let him high kick him 3 times. So, while we did have an all-time Mania build last year with the return of Hollywood Rock, and we had an all-time moment with Cody winning the title, which my old suggestion last year was night 1, we do Roman and Cody for the title, and then night 2, you do The Rock and Roman not for the title. Which, I know it's not the best idea, but it's like we're also in a world where we might not get Rock and Roman, which is not the biggest deal, but considered it was like teased and right there, and just to not get it would be a bit funny / sad, because there's a lot of like dream matchups that we weren't even like teased with, like Stone Cold Hogan, Stone Cold. I was gonna say Stone Cold and Cena, but not really. Stone Cold Punk kind of lingers now. I feel like there's a big one that I'm missing. Okay. That would have been perfectly I was going for the knee. Okay, okay. So there we go. We have the other heavyweight Grand Prix finalist, and it is John Jones. Jones, Miocic, the rematch that no one asked for but me because I want Stipe to get his revenge. Event number 7 is the time and place for that fight and the conclusion of our heavyweight Grand Prix. And we'll find out who our first heavyweight champion will be. But we've got a whole other event before that, and we got one other fight for this card, and that is between Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali. So, my whole idea here is that Mike Tyson wins, and then we just use Mike Tyson in a bunch of like random ass fights. And the plan is to call it Mike Tyson's Punch Out, potentially Mike Tyson's Baddest Man Challenge. This event's probably going to be titled Punch Out, the last event. Let's go see if I can name all the events. Event 1, New Hope. Event 2, Double Trouble. Event 3, what the hell happened at Event 3? Fight Forever. Event 4, Uncut Gems, and Event 5, Punch Out. Event 1, A New Hope, is a Star Wars reference and is the first Star Wars film. And originally it was just titled Star Wars, so that's like, because like I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to title this, you know, I can just add a title on it like Star Wars. So this whole boom bam thing there. Event 2 was Double Trouble because it was the second event, so there's twice as much trouble as you could say. Event 3 was Fight Forever because all the fights were rematches and rivalries being renewed. Event 4 was Uncut Gems, which is a Diamond reference because Dustin Poirier won the title on the event. And Uncut Gems is okay. I liked the movie. I did not really like the ending, but it's also been a while since I've seen it, so there might be things I'm forgetting about it. And then this event, Event 5, is Punch Out because Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali are in the main event. So we're moments away from it, getting the big fight feel while watching these walkouts. I said I had an appointment like an hour. We're going to get there very quickly. We should at least. Even if this fight goes 25 minutes, I should still get there, obviously. Apparently, the Mavericks tried to trade for Luka for Giannis, and Anthony Edwards, which I don't know how reliable the source is, so I don't even like that I told y'all that. I feel Minnesota probably should have did that deal. Milwaukee, I can understand a little bit. Also, it would have been weird having Kyrie and Giannis on the same team because I don't know Kyrie, but I don't think Kyrie is the biggest Giannis fan because when he got hurt in the 2021 playoffs, it was Giannis that was like near him. I'm going to try my best to not throw any kicks or do any takedowns and make this a boxing bout, which, to be honest, I probably could have done that in the rules and wasn't thinking, but Might not even matter. If you went to a UFC card and like all the fights ended in the first round, how would y'all feel about that? You know, I feel the adrenaline and like seeing like somebody get knocked out, like you'd be excited for, and you know you get to go home quicker. But it's like also you're not. When I go to a show, I don't mind staying for a while because at least I'm getting my money's worth and or more. My appointment got changed for 30 more minutes, so. What am I going to do with all that free time? The thing about Mike, when you use him, so he's got very fast footwork, which if you read the stats for Muhammad Ali, he does as well. But it's like, he's ready to pounce at any moment. Very poised, you could say. I think that's actually the opposite of poised. And, there we go, I guess. Very, very quick event. Don't worry. You'll see more of Mike Tyson at Event 5. Ha 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 ha. There he is with his own championship. Now, you know I can't edit it here on this game, but in my mind, have you ever seen it? This is kind of the case for all boxers, to be honest. But have you ever seen the picture of Mike Tyson's got like the 3 titles? In my mind, he's got a heavyweight championship and a light heavyweight championship. So that, in my mind, is the heavyweight championship. So in the future, when he's fighting and he's potentially fighting a light heavyweight champion, he gets another title for it. So that way he has 2 titles at once. It could be a double champion like he was in real life. Obviously, I'm not the biggest box fan. I also think that if you just get a knockout in the main event, that they automatically give you knockout of the night. Because we had 5 worthy candidates, to be fair. John Jones, Tom Aspinall got fight of the night. I thought it should have went to Stipe and Fedor. Won't even lie to y'all, I don't even remember the opening fight already, but that is it for Event 5. If you want to know what's happening at Event 6, let's go ahead and get a look at it. Dun, 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 dun. You already knew that fight because I already said it earlier. But we have 3 championship bouts. We are at the Spear as well. Probably the most interesting place to fight on this game. Make more interesting arenas, EA. Regardless, for the light heavyweight championship, Alex Pereira versus Shogun Rua. For the middleweight championship, George St. Pierre defends against Dracus du Plessis. I, personally, as a wrestling fan, do not like calling Dracus du Plessis DDP. But for the sake of this fight, and that it rhymes and has a nice ring to it, DDP versus GSP. And a fight that coulda and shoulda potentially happened 2017-18 era. 19, technically 19. For the flyweight title, Demetrius Johnson versus TJ Dillashaw. Now, these two opening bout fights, though, are very interesting. Like I said, Mike Tyson is ready to come and defend his newly minted Punch-Out Baddest Man Championship, and will be doing so against Kimbo Slice. That should be an interesting, and I was trying to combine interesting and entertaining. And I got entertaining. I botched a botch. Regardless, Mike Tyson, Kimbo Slice. Now, this is the eye-opener about, like, huh? Because you didn't know anything about it. But George St. Pierre versus Nick Diaz is not the fight happening. It is Jorge Masvidal. I was going to call him George. Bro, it's like way late at night. I'm fucking up way too much. Regardless, Jorge Masvidal versus Nick Diaz. Now, Jorge fought Nate Diaz for the BMF title, and I was considering, you could call this a BMF title fight, but no, there are higher stakes to this. But you'll have to tune in to our next event to see what the hell that is. So, I'm going to hope that I get my camera situation fixed. I'm going to also hope that I get my sleep situation fixed, because I was freaking botching way too much in the last 5 minutes. But this will be a quick event. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one, because I'm out for now. Goodbye.